It's 4:37 a.m. I am still at home. I'm about to leave to go to the airport. It's so early that even Batman is still sleeping. So I am going to New York City this morning, this weekend to go see SNL. I got tickets in the lottery. It was really funny because I guess I did it back in like August or whenever they sent out the notice, hey, send us an email if you'd like to be considered for the lottery. So I did that, and I just sent an email saying, hey, please put my name in the lottery. I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember exactly what I wrote. But I'd kind of forgotten that I'd done that. And a couple weeks ago, I got an email saying you have 2 tickets for the show on May 17th, which turned out to be the season finale, which is pretty awesome. It's hosted by Andy Samberg, so I'm pretty excited about that. And what was funny was that just kind of joking around, maybe, because we kind of think we both kind of figured it would never happen. But my friend Julie and I made a pact that if I won the tickets, that I would take her with me to go see SNL, and that if she got the tickets, she would take me. So I am true to my word. So I am going to meet Julie at LaGuardia, and then we're going to go into the city from there. So we're going to hang out some today, and then tomorrow, of course, is SNL, and then we come back on Sunday. So pretty excited, kind of getting excited now, because normally it doesn't really hit me until the day of. So I guess I'll be more excited when I actually get to New York, because planes and airports are the worst. So I gotta go catch a plane. Had this sent up from, I guess, the hotel manager for the New York Palace Hotel, and so some fruits, because I was really nervous about eating out because I need to eat organically. In here was a bunch of Stonyfield yogurts. I've already put those in the fridge, but that was very cool that he sent that up for us. So it's 5:05 p.m. on Friday night. Julie and I have gotten tickets to go see the Newsies on Broadway. We had to wait in a very long line, and it was very rainy, so I don't have any video of that experience. I think Julie took some pictures, but it's very rainy. Didn't want to bring my camera out, my iPhone, because it would get messed up. So we're about to go out to go to dinner at Sardi's.
My reservation secretary made a reservation for me.
Which, from my understanding, is the restaurant from the Muppets Take Manhattan that is full of rats that create rumors under the table. So I'm very, very excited about that.
Big producer, dear. There's a big producer over there.
And then we're going to go see Newsies, and then come back and rest our feet because our dogs are barking.
Give the nuns a hug for me.
So we were going to go to the Today Show this morning, but my idiot self didn't realize that the Today Show on the weekend is only 2 hours long. So we ended up getting up around 8:30 or 9 to try to make it to, through 11 of the Today Show, but the weekend version only lasts for about 2 hours, so we missed it. So they're putting it all up. Today we went to the Radio City Music Hall tour, which was pretty cool. We got to go not only just inside the building, we were able to go on the stage, which was awesome because there were no shows that required them to keep people off the stage. So that was pretty cool. Got to see all the inner workings there. Got to meet a Rockette who had been a Rockette for 12 years. And now we are at Rockefeller Center. 30 Rock is behind me here.
Thank you. No problem.
So I'm at the top of the Rock right now. Let's see some of the Rock stuff. It's pretty cool coming up here in the elevator. They had video on the ceiling of the elevator, which was cool because when you looked up, you could see video and then you could see the elevator shaft going all the way up. That was really cool. It's a nice day today. It was rainy all day yesterday, and now it is a perfect day to look over the city and see all the main sites. Central Park, Empire State Building, Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty is very tiny from here, but we can see her. Julie and I are here, and there's Julie, at Rock Center Cafe, which is located at Rockefeller Center. And we requested that we sit outside, and we did, and we got an awesome seat. So we have already eaten dinner at Rock Center Cafe. Just got back from the SNL live taping, the season finale. I don't know what time it is. It's past 2 o'clock, and it was insane. We got there. We were the first people in the line with the tickets. We had tickets, and when we got to where we were going into the security and going up the elevator into the studio, I got separated from Julie and Gary and Josh because the lady told me to go on and get in the elevator, so I did, and I got in the elevator, and I was in there with like 3 other people, and the guy who was near the buttons pushed the door shut. And when I looked at his face, I swear, no joke, it had to be, I'm like 99.99999% sure it was Sebastian Stan. So I didn't say anything. I freaked out. I didn't want to be that person to ask, hey, are you Sebastian Stan? So I didn't. But I am almost 100% sure that was who that was. And he went somewhere else. I don't know. He probably had some special seat for the show. But got up there, got reunited with a party. We went in, and before we went in, actually, we were talking to one of the NBC pages, and she answered a lot of our questions about SNL and the page program, so that was pretty cool. And we got into the studio. We ended up sitting 3 rows up from the there was like the balcony, and then there was 3 rows, and then that was us. And we were kind of in the center, basically, and before the show started, we noticed there were some seats in front of us that were reserved, and they had names on them. And we looked down, and we saw Fumero, and we saw Latrulio, and we noticed that those were cast members from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and we all geeked out. And we didn't know if that was like family members of theirs. We weren't totally sure. But then they actually came in. We actually saw Boyle and Santiago and Diaz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and they sat directly in front of us for SNL's season finale, and that was awesome. And after the show was over, we did talk to them and said, you know, we love Brooklyn Nine-Nine, we're big fans, and so that was really cool. They were really nice. But forget all that, the SNL show was actually incredible. We saw Maya Rudolph right off the bat as Beyonce, which was hilarious. We saw Martin Short, Seth Meyers showed up, Paul Rudd showed up, Fred Armisen was there, Kristen Wiig showed up. It was incredible. Andy Samberg was a great host, very funny. All the sketches were hilarious, and it was really fun to see how the cameras moved, how they did the audio with the mic booms, how the sets were moved and constructed, and how everything was done very quickly. There was a handler that would drag Andy Samberg away after a sketch was finished to go to the next thing, I guess, to change or to put on his wigs or whatever he was doing. And that was really cool to see. And we saw Lorne Michaels a couple of times walking around, I guess, checking everything to make sure everything was cool. And we tried to wait on the 49th Street entrance into Rockefeller Center, where normally cast members will come out and say hi to people and take pictures and things like that, but nobody was coming out. But we noticed there was a big party going on where the Rock Center Cafe is located right now on the ice skating rink. There's no ice skating going on, but the Rock Center Cafe has stuff outside. That's where we ate dinner actually tonight. and we noticed there was a big party. There's a DJ, there were a bunch of lights, there were tons of people there, and we think that the cast members and the Brooklyn Nine-Nine folks and all those people were going to some after party. It's 11:53 a.m. on Sunday. It's my last day in New York. I have to go check out of the hotel in a few minutes, but I have a couple hours to kill before I have to go to LaGuardia and fly back to Atlanta, so I think I am going to go try to find Midtown Comics, which is somewhere around Times Square, so I gotta go and find it. We passed it the other day, so I wanted to go check it out because I've heard about Midtown Comics, and I think I follow them on Twitter, I don't know, but I wanted to go and see kind of what a comic book store looks like in New York City. Found Midtown Comics. It was actually out there. I had to walk through Times Square, which was really fun. I got to do that again and see all those sights. And I was going to go in there, maybe buy just one, cheap issue of something. But then I did want to check out to see if they had any Superman's Girlfriend Lois Lane issues, because I collect those. And a lot of the comic book stores don't have them, and if they do, they're very expensive. On the wall behind the cash register, they had some of their more expensive issues. So I did check out the Superman's Girlfriend Lois Lane issues that they had, and they had one of the more famous ones, in my opinion, that exist from the Silver Age, which is this one. It's insane. The Silver Age was a nutty time. So this issue where Lois Lane is kissing all the superheroes, specifically Green Arrow in this cover, I ended up buying it because I figured I'm at Midtown Comics and I wanted to buy something, and so I bought that. It was a little more than I would have paid for normally, but I figured it was worth it. I'm in New York, why not? And it was a really cool comic book shop. They had a lot of really neat statues. There was a Spider-Man in there I took my picture with. And it was a cool shop. And when I left there, I was just going to walk back to the New York Palace so I could get my bags and go to the airport. Walking through Times Square, and there's a Disney store in Times Square, so I thought I'd check that out. It had big Maleficent advertisements above the store, so I went in. Really nice store, 2 levels. Biggest Disney store I've ever been in my whole life, and it was great. The greeter said something about have a magical day and all that. Kind of Disney lingo, and I went upstairs, and the escalator is really neat in that store because it looks like a Disney ride. It has a lot of decorations and stuff going up the escalator, so that was cool. It's 8:58 p.m. on Sunday night. I got back to Atlanta just a little bit ago. I'm still at the airport in my car. Looks like I missed a ton of rain, so glad for that. I am completely exhausted. I can't wait to get home and go to sleep, but I'll probably try to stay up and watch a little bit of that Saturday Night Live episode that I was on last night and see how that went, see how it looked. And I don't know, maybe I'll be able to hear myself cheering. I don't know. But I am glad to be back in the ATL. I am looking forward to sleeping in my own bed, but I had a ton of fun in New York. I do miss it now. I hope to go back to New York City soon because I got sort of familiar with it. You can sort of get around and get to know the city in a couple of days, so I look forward to going back to New York City sometime and feel like I'm more acquainted with the city and with how to get around and all that, and maybe venture on the subway. I did mostly a lot of walking this trip and a lot of cab rides, but not any subway adventures, so maybe next time. But I can't believe all the things we accomplished in just a matter of days. We saw a Broadway show, we went to Sardi's, got a picture made with the famous Kermit the Frog portrait from the Muppets Take Manhattan. We were on stage at Radio City Music Hall. We did up Rockefeller Center big time, ate at Rock Center Cafe, did the Top of the Rock, saw Saturday Night Live at the actual show taping, not the dress rehearsal, the actual taping that goes on TV. And then today I ventured around, did a little more Times Square business, did the Disney store there, which is awesome, did Midtown Comics, and got around the teeny tiny LaGuardia compared to, to the Atlanta airport. That is one of the tiniest airports I've ever been in. But we did a lot in a couple of days, and I'm really proud of myself for going and getting around New York City a lot by myself today. And even with Julie, we did a lot of maneuvering around the city and got around very well. And I'm proud that my feet held up, because sometimes on trips my feet give out, but my feet are still intact. I was still able to do some walking today and feel pretty good, but I'm really tired. But had a good trip. Seeing SNL live was one of the things that I've always wanted to do. It was kind of a bucket list scenario ever since I was in middle school, high school. That was always something I wanted to do. So really happy and amazed that I actually got to do it, and that we had amazing seats, and that we saw the people that we did and had as much fun as we did. So good trip.